Hi everyone, welcome to the Odoo Insider that we have every week on Thursdays, always the same time, not always the same people, but I see a few guys that I recognize from different networks today that are already asking questions. We are going to have a look at a few technical-functional things. As usual, those last few weeks, we have a regular Q&A session. Next week, it will be around accounting, especially electronic invoicing. I should have Winand next to me. Everybody knows Winand is the guy that is doing the keynote presentation during the Odoo experience, showing everything that is new about accounting, and accounting is key in an ERP software, so no exception here. It's the same for us. And then the week after, I think it will be back to a regular Q&A session. We'll have also another one that will be a tech session with Emanuele that you know also during the month of August. Before we start, again, we are 2 months before the event, the best event that we have in Europe about IT, about the ERP software that you like. So please go there. It will be excellent. Again, I need always to change that to go back to my English language website, but that is it. Please join us. It will be amazing. We'll have an opportunity, I guess, to share a drink, not especially alcoholic one, together. So don't hesitate. Come and join. Arthur is laughing because I said non-alcoholic one, but it can be alcoholic as well, Arthur. It doesn't matter. All right, I will start with the first question, and I'm really glad to see a name that I know. That is usually around the Reddit forums and Reddit questions, because I think it's Code Agency. I've seen that name before, and I think it's the same person that is always helping the community. So thanks a lot for doing the same job, even though not in video, but always on the networks that we have with Odoo. And your question is something about the POS and the version 18 of Odoo. Since Odoo version 18, that's on YouTube, opening a POS session no longer creates a journal entry. Closing the POS session does create a journal entry. This allows money to disappear. Any version 17.4 or lower is working okay. This problem and creates an entry at opening and closing. Functional change, bug, but mostly why? Those kind of things are usually not bugs. Otherwise, let's imagine in 18 we have a bug like this. We would fix it if it were a bug around accounting. That would be fixed. You're mentioning something that I'm not aware of, but we can give it a try and see the difference. So I'm here on a, you see it's a EDU database, but I think that this one is a version 18. So we can maybe check the difference. Version 18 here. We have. Do I have a point of sale that is already opened? Point of sale. Yes, it's already open, but I don't think I already closed it. A good way to check that would be to have a look at sessions. It's in progress, and I don't have any other sessions that were archived. So that would be the only session. And so there I should already have, or not have, because I'm in version 18 and you said that it would be different. If I go here in my journal entries, in order to check if I have something in my POS, yeah, I have lots of other entries, but that's not too important. I can go in the edition, in the configuration, and see the journal that I'm using. I should have that somewhere. So temporary account, default journal for the orders or the invoices. We have point of sale here, and so it should start with shortcode POSS. POSS, do we have something? No, it doesn't look like we have something there in terms of journal entry. I will close my post session and we'll see what it says in terms of journal entries created. So I will maybe buy a few things so that at least I have something that was purchased. All right, let's close this one and see what Odoo is telling me. Okay, let's go to the backend. Yes, then session, okay, closed and posted. I didn't create a new one, so this one is okay. And if I go there, in terms of journal entry, I have my POSS. Yeah, the first one is here. And I think if I type this, that's the only one. It was created just now, I suppose, 34. Yeah, that is now. Okay, so indeed, this is created at that moment. On the other side, you have, if we test this on a runbot environment, I suppose you're right, because usually your comments are, so I don't even know why I'm checking. I should trust you, but it's also to illustrate what you're saying. And what we have here is point of sale, continue selling, open session. We have one on the shop, so I suppose that this one we would also have in the configuration, same notion, a journal somewhere. Point of sale, it's the same. Also POSS. All right. So if we go in the accounting, let's do this. Accounting journal entries. Up. Yes, we have some already posted. What I should do is eventually do it with another journal so that I'm not getting something of kind of pollution from previous entries. But it's, yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's go into the point of sale. Let's check if we have one here. It's not open yet. And let's check if it's the same point of sale journal. And if it is, let's create another one. Post 2. All right, post 2, that's the one that we are going to keep. Default account, I suppose it's a sales account. If I want to check that, a good thing I can do is go back, don't save. You go here and, oh, there's not even default account on this one, so I will keep it same way so that I'm having the same kind of environment here. Post 2, yeah, short code. Let's try this. And now let's go back to my dashboard and let's open a session of my restaurant. So what you meant is, should we already have something now? Let's have a look. Yeah, this one I cannot reduplicate, otherwise it's going to reload the POS UI session. Let's go back here. Accounting journal entries would have been faster. Do we have post 2 journal entry? So we don't have, but I suppose that what you mean is that let's imagine I'm selling a few things. It's a bit after, I suppose, what you wanted to see. It is okay. Payment, not cash, bank, same up. Bank, we validate. Then we go to new order, and I guess that's when you should have it created. Not even. Can you tell me, a code agency, if that is the kind of check that you performed to see it? I'm going to the backend just to see if I did it well and if it's the right configuration and something similar to what you had. POS2, yes, and I didn't create an invoice, so that should be the one that we use. And here again, if I click on continue selling, I'm on the same database. And POS2, no, we don't have anything, and I think it will be. Let's do the same. Let's go back here. Let's maybe close the session, and we'll see if it arrived at the same moment. Order still in draft. What draft orders do we have? There is it this one that we have in draft that is considering? Let's try. Okay. All right. Still in draft. So that is one place I'm always struggling with. With what we have in Odoo. It's the interface that I don't know really well, and I don't use the POS that much. I guess that's related to all these ones. Can we cancel so that it goes faster? Yeah, but it doesn't cancel. Okay, let's go and finish the payment for all of them. All right. Oops. Let's finish this one. Right here. It's okay. That is strange. We have an issue with table number 6, so maybe I won't be able to even close it, because when I go there, it looks like the interface is not doing anything. Yeah, that's not good. All right. You're trying to sell product with serial numbers. Okay, I'm going to remove that all as well. Okay. But that's not the same. It moved. It's not the same POS then. Okay, let's go back in the backend. Let's continue selling this one. Nope. I may not be able to close this one because of that little thing that is bothering me here. Let's go there and try to finish this one and see if I can cancel something after. Okay. Payment, bank, validate. Next one. And here, we don't have anything. Yeah, there. Ah, good. Payment, bank, validate. Are we good now? Yes, no more draft. And there, I suppose it will generate my entry the same way. Yes. Okay, and it was generated now. So it looks like it's the same. Code agency, it looks like even in version 17.17, it's when you open the post and start and set start money. It should okay. So here's the answer, the continuation of your question. It's when you open the POS and set start money, it should create an entry as before. Okay, it's not the fact that you open it, it's the fact that you open and pour money in your cash drawer then. But if you close the POS, then it does close, so there's a gap in entry. So is it in the case that you opening entry no longer creates? Okay, but if you close, so you create an opening entry and then you close it directly then. So let's retry with a different setup. So new session, I will put some opening cash here, open the session, and this one you say, from the comment you have, I had a feeling that this one should already be giving an amount, like a new journal entry, but it doesn't look like it does, even though I put money, yeah, and set start money. So even opening it now and trying to put money inside at the beginning. So let's close the session. I would put 10 again. Close session. All right. So now, okay, there were no sales. It looks like, yeah, and then we have another person that was already using it. So we are using the POS and somebody else is using it at the same time. I could see there was an order, so that's why we have this. But pouring money inside was not creating another entry even in 17. But tell me again, code agency, if I'm right in the test. Yeah, but that's the one I read. So complete a bit if my exercise or example that I'm trying to create here is correct. I think it's 2 weeks ago we did something because somebody asked a question that was along your way, which was why? Why did we did something? And then 2 weeks ago we went into the code and trying to find the place where that thing changed, so that we could blame, and by blaming we could find, or even we go to the commit that made that change. Thanks to that, we could see the reason behind. I don't know here what would be the reason for changing this. For being able to say it or to find, I will need to reproduce it and think along the way of, okay, is it problematic? And if it's not, why would we make life more simple by doing this? There are a few things that sometimes we change and that we revert because we try something and we realize, okay, it was not a good idea. Let's go back to the previous version of what we add in that feature, or let's improve or go even further in what we did. I can give you an example of thing that we changed between, I think it's version 17 and 18 or 16 and 17 when it comes to the asset. And by the way, this one was in French. I'm very sorry. I didn't choose the one on the runbot. But another example I can illustrate is this one. When you go in the settings around accounting, you have the series of account here and the deferred revenue. It's here now. Before that, it was on deferred revenue and deferred expense and assets were all the same thing that you had to configure in the asset categories, the asset models that you had in the accounting. And then we decided, okay, but while it matters in terms of expenses, because you can have a car, you can have a computer, you can have different things, usually what you sell is always the same thing. So one setting should be sufficient here, while we keep the configuration of the asset models for the assets. Yeah, maybe here I don't have them. Do we have? So it's deferred. We had recurring revenue, or no, it's not the one that we need. So, but you see what I mean. Usually, you have a in accounting, right there. You have in the configuration extra items. I suppose I can try it here in the apps. I don't even know if we have still the assets. I'm going in debug mode because that's maybe also why it's not showing. If you go for asset management, yeah, I suppose that's the one. Account asset, that's it. It was just not installed. And those are things that sometimes we change. Okay. Is it going to bother me with this one? Looks like I got a little bug on the installation of this one. Mandatory field is not set on account on the account type. So I have a field type that is not set on one of my accounts, so it's making it impossible to create an asset, which is weird because that is already something that shouldn't happen. So chart of account. I'm going to check if that's what I'm creating myself. Here, so account type, do we have someone that has none? Okay, so apparently that's the creation of the assets itself, or some demo data that we have here that is making this not working. So it's a pain that I cannot show that, but it's not very problematic in the example that we have here. It is we make changes and the explanation is hidden in the commit if we don't give it live or if we don't tell it during the Odoo experience. If you want to check, I see you replied in the meantime, Code Agency. If you want to check, you can always submit that ticket to the support and ask if it's a bug, but usually if it stays that long, you can already infer that if it were really a bug, it would be okay, and I see you already say support said it was an improvement in 17.4. Show a video or we could still manually create the journal entry. Okay, completely missing the point that people can now take cash out without notice. Wait, because then if I go back on the run bot here, session expired. Did someone change the password? All right, that's not cool. I don't think I have a v17 version that is super easily available. Okay. Do we have a point of sale? Okay, new session. So I'm going to retry this one as well. Then journal entries, boss. Do we have one that was just created now? No, 27 minutes ago, and that was the last one. Yes. So adding things here didn't work, but if I say cash out and I'm putting like €5 cash out, okay, good. Don't care too much. Okay, this one is not generating an entry either, still in 17. Okay, successfully made a cache. Okay, I'm doing it several times. Let's remove 5 again. Okay. Alright, in the same database, yeah. Okay, and then let's close again the session. 50, alright. Yeah, and we have the openings POS 020. Yes, and we see the number here. It's already showing. It's already showing here some information, and it looks like no POS. No, it's not the journal entry information. It's more like a ticket. It's the reference. Okay, so let's close it again, and this time. Wait, because I crazy? It didn't post anything. Point of sale, is it the one? Oh, it's the restaurant I was on. No. In the shop. Yeah, point of sale here, POSS, journal entries, yes. And we got the last one. That is weird because here it looks like didn't even have entries. So let's retry. Open session. Right. Okay. Okay. Successive. Okay, it was made. All right. Let's go and close the session again. 40. Wait. I've got the ticket here. Yes, but I don't have the other one, but I suppose it will be on the other journal. Something like I removed some cache. 1, 2, 3, oops, the last one right here. Okay, that's the one, but it's not in the POS. In the POS here, it's still the same. It happens at the moment where I'm closing. Let me check the difference of the screen journal entry as we would expect. Okay, so I cannot exactly redo what you want here in terms of the exact different steps, but I'm giving you my feeling based on that, and I can check the support ticket after. If there's a way you can commit fraud very easily, because the more you know about the software, of course, the more you maybe find a few ways of doing things that are not allowed. But if it's really easy and you can assume that it would be done by someone that is not, well, either in two cases, ill-intentioned, and he does it on purpose, like an employee that tries to remove money, and he knows that there wouldn't be any trace of that, or if you think that it could lead to improper accounting while the person doesn't even realize what he or she does, I think that, to me, that's something that we should improve. Now, I need to check exactly the workflow that you have. So the best code agency is that you can send me the support ticket so that I can see the video, because here I fail to reproduce exactly what you have, because in version 17, or at least not the right version, because I have the feeling that it's working the same way between both versions. So that's why I'm maybe failing to see it like this. So what you can do, if you have my email address, or you can just send me the quick support ticket number, and I can check that, because here it has been already 25 minutes. I'm going to move on another question, but I'm interested about this one. I think that the discussion here is also, generally speaking, on what is a bug, what is not, and when can you say, okay, there's something wrong. If and my line of thinking is this one. It's and the one I gave just before. It's important also to realize that everything that if we do something, we allow doing something that is not legal, we fix it. We fix it because usually we want the accounting, and here we're talking about accounting, to be perfect in every country we are in. So it is like more than 150 countries. So every time that there is a fix to produce, we do it. But I need to see how this one could be done. Otherwise, if I cannot reproduce myself, or I don't get exactly where it's missing, it's really hard to give you my real opinion on how, if I think it's weird, but general rule is the one I gave. Okay, I'm moving to another question from Michel. The members app has been replaced in version 18.3 according to the release notes. Membership removal, yes, replaced with an integrated partnership module, allowing users to assign grade and price lists to members partners. Unfortunately, there seems not to be clear documentation on how to register or manage membership in version 18.3. Can you demo a membership for the year? Yes, I can do that, and I think this one, it's weird because the membership module, I don't have the feeling that a lot of people were using it. So if I go there, we have membership. It's called now partnership here. I don't think that we have that. I'm going in version 17 here. We have another one that was called membership itself. In the past, members, yes, and I think that's the one. If I go in debug mode, membership, yes. Wait, yes, partnership here, membership there. It's not the same, and members, it was adding a few fields. If you go in the module info, you would see a few things that it does. It was adding membership notions, changing the partners to say, okay, are you member or not? And it resulted in that older version that was, let's go on anyone, you had that membership place, and you could say if you are a free member, and if not, how to buy a membership. But the problem with that module is that it was not integrated at all with the subscription. And usually membership is a notion that is close to a subscription because it's something that you pay for, and if you don't, it's free, but then you have a subscription that should be free, no payment expected, but you have something that is monthly, weekly, or yearly. That's the kind of thing that you could have, and so I suppose that the change was made to align the new module with the subscription. I'm not sure because I didn't test it, but we can have a quick look at this and try to install the partnership thing here. Okay, and see what it does. Do we have even a membership? Yeah. But it's not the same. Team members, channel members, so no, it's not that. I never used it, so we're going to have a look at what it is. Would it be that we are having members notion, or it's just something like the same what we use for our partners at Odoo, saying, okay, this is the type of partner that you are, and if I don't find it here, you will recognize my way of finding also where I could have membership things. Okay, I will do that. Is it enterprise or community module? Let's check. Membership is here in version 18, but you say it changed in 18.3 or 4, so that's the old one, and I'm interested in partnership, so it should be not this one, but SaaS 18.4. That's it. So you see already there it says, hey, you don't have it anymore. So it was removed indeed. The module itself doesn't exist. So I can look for here partnership. Okay, and there we have something. And if I want to see what it changes, we see it changes things on product, on the company, on the partner. It's weird because on the partner I didn't see anything. So we would have a grade information somewhere. I wonder where it is located. So in terms of views, I can check quickly where it would be. Partner views here. Yeah, grade in a form view. We would have it after the VAT. That should be obvious. After the VAT, yeah, it would be here somewhere. But if it's after the VAT, that is there. All right. I'm blind, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so partner level is here, and you can set that how you want. Apparently here it's like you put silver, gold, whatever. You don't have something, but there was something related to the product as well. So I suppose that it's through the sales of a product that you would have something like this. So let's have a look. Do we have a new type of partnership? Product, service, we would have. Because I guess it would be a service. Okay, I don't see something here, not there. So in that way, it's not a combo, not a goods. That should be a service. That is it. Service, create an order, membership, partnership. And you say, okay, this is gold partnership. And I was saying it could be, in my mind, linked to subscription, and apparently it is not, but maybe we can make it linked to subscription, but it's not a forced dependency. Here, if I go back to my sales, I don't have subscription, and in addition to this, I would have seen if I had subscription, because I would see is recurring product here. So I guess it works also with a subscription. We are going to test that. So you say, okay, it's a service. We create not task or project, but memberships, and this type we have different assigned levels that are here. Will it be prepaid or not? I guess that usually for this it would be. Let's put some amount here, and I'm going to make someone. Okay, Keegan Inc. Maybe somebody there, Henry Keegan, and let's sell him a gold partnership. Okay, if we confirm, let's have a look at how it evolves on that person. It's not the same database. Okay, let's see here in my contacts. Where is Henry? Henry is here, is not yet partner. He didn't pay for anything yet. So let's go back here, create the invoice, regular invoice. I suppose that if I confirm, is still not. Is it if we pay? Yeah, bank. All right. Maybe I should finish the payment after, so that I receive, and it's not like in payment, but totally paid. Because here I see it's still not, and I suppose that we would have something that would make it automatically. Product template, partner, sale order, okay. So we'd have the grade ID somewhere. Are we going to say yes, add partnership? Okay. But we assign it to the commercial partner ID. So it's the parent company. Here, yes, that is it. Okay. Let me check. So that is, I don't know if you've seen, I went here and I realized that in fact we do it on the parent of the person we sold it to. So we, it's not related to the invoice, it's related to the sale order, and we bring it to the company or to the person. But if it's a person inside a company, that would be for the company that we are going to link it to. Let me check if, yeah. All right, and we of course will follow the price list recommendation. So that is how it would work. Create a membership for the year. But then that is a good thing. It is not linked to a year this time. You see, it's just something that I gave them. If you want to trace it, I would suggest trying to make it work together with subscription. Let's see if that would work. And a good thing that we can check is then I have the feeling that is not going to be exactly what we need. Nope, because I don't see subscription is an enterprise module. Subscription there. So that is, where is it? That is one. Okay, and I see here there doesn't seem to be an existing link between the sub and the membership. Although, if I were to have one, I would expect the grade of someone to disappear. But I'm not in the right version. Wait, I would expect the grade of someone to disappear when he's not a partner anymore. So if there is a link between both modules, there needs to be something that tells me, hey, after the subscription is over, I go on the partner and I remove the information of partnership. So let's see here if we have something in the right version. Partnership. Sales subscription partnership. Then maybe we have that. Let's have a look. So this is the run bot. I will move it there so that I'm sure it's the old 17 that we are discussing with the POS. Let's go back there. We go on. I refresh so that I have the subscription here. Subscription. We have products here. We don't have any, but I'm going to make my gold partnership a subscription thing. I cannot because it's telling me has been sold. Okay, let's retry something that would be sub, so the same, subscription 1, and we say membership this time, gold level. We do this, and this time, let's say it's 90, and see recurring price, fixed price, yeah, 90 per unit, blah blah blah. Explain. We say yearly. Formula fixed, the original price is not displayed. So this screen changed as well. I'm a bit new to that one. Okay. That is a yearly plan. All right, let's try to sell this one and see where I'm having errors. So I will send it to sell it to someone else. So let's check the contacts. I will create. It was a question about Michel. So let's create Michel. Oops, here we get him. Okay. All right. And we have our gold partnership sub. So it should be a recurring plan that is yearly. Subscription quotation. We confirm. We create the invoice. Or even, let's have a look at this, because I said it should be related to the sale and not to the invoice. Yes, so here is gold now. So that is working. And if next year is not paying or is stopping, or if I click on cancel, I guess I can force it. I would suppose, yes, it would remove it as well. So you could have that, Michel, put it together with the subscription module, and it makes sense to organize it that way. To say, okay, membership was a previous feature, and now we use partnership. And I wouldn't be surprised that even our upgrade scripts would go to change membership into partnership, because it's kind of the same notion. I'm not sure. I would need to check that. I cannot show you the migration code here. If I do it, it will be on my screen, but it's going to be bothering you because I'm not going to have my screen moving for 5 minutes. So time for me to find a confirmation for this. So I'm not doing it, but chances are quite high that we do it. But here's how it would do. You would work with it. It's a product service with a partnership, then a subscription type, and then a price that would be recurring depending on the plan. And then if you start it now, stop it later, you would have it with a yearly amount. And if here also, I see you're playing with some dates. If you need to change the dates, you may not have everything there because the recurring plans are yearly, monthly, and not like beginning now until the end of the year, like 31st of December. But then if you need to do something like this, you would go and change yourself on the sale order the date of the end, and change with a discount that would be depending on the time that is remaining. Let's imagine that you paid at the 1st of March and it's a yearly membership, and so you lost, let's say lost January and February. You could ask for creating a small development that would prorate a discount here, because I don't think that it's something that we have. Let me check. No. I don't think that's something that we have in terms of precision of the date at which we start. So that I think you would have to kind of develop it. It's something that we have, by the way, for the contracts at Odoo, where we compute a discount. Let's imagine you add a few users on a yearly contract. We are going to say, okay, that user is happening, and you only have 2 years before you renew your contract. So we are going to only invoice 2 months and not the full yearly price. But I think it's a specific development that we have. Okay, moving to the next question from Talal. Good morning. How do I create a button that does a specific method in the contacts page but make it visible to the in the portal? Okay. It depends on how you want to do that. I'm going to use a bit of Studio just to show that. What could we do? We could, what kind of meaningful thing we could do? I'm looking for a good example. Nothing crazy. I'm going to assign a salesperson by clicking on a button. It's not like super useful, but at least we will see something moving. What you can do, there's a bit of Studio that can help here for the creation of a button. Not that kind of button, the button that we have here, and we say, what does it do? Run a server action here. Calling a method, it's usually a method that is predefined in Odoo, so if you are on the SaaS, maybe you are going to call a method that would be useful, but you cannot design it yourself. So usually running a server action, and then you have lots of server actions that exist, that are the ones that already you defined on that partner thing in Odoo. So I'm going to create a new one and say that we go in the server actions, we create a new one, and I would say add salesperson. All right, and we go here. I'm going on a partner, and I'm saying execute code, record write. I'm going to really do something fast. That is changing the user ID to the user ID. I think it's number 2, the person I am at the moment here. I will need to check that. But yeah, let's try, we'll see. I don't need to create a contextual action if you don't want this to be clicked from the actions list, that's okay. Let's go back to this and see if now, yeah, I may have to refresh that because you see, add salesperson, I don't think it finds it. Add salesperson, nope. So maybe it's loaded. I'm refreshing here. It's loaded at the moment where we open Studio, so let's retry add salesperson. No, it's there. So don't worry if it's not showing. That's fun. It's not selecting it. Add salesperson. There. I'm going to retry this one. I see it's not doing it. Is it an issue because the button existed before? Let's retry. Yeah, the action is not selected. Let's add a new one. Add salesperson 2. And all right. Seems to be a little bug here. Let's close this one. No, nothing is happening. I can have a look at what it's doing here. Yeah. So you see action ID, there's nothing inside. What Studio should be doing, that is weird. Studio should be doing the following. It should be in the action, it should be giving an ID like this. So the name should be the name of the ID of the action. So that should be 1053. Let's retry this. I'm going to hide the first button and see what it says if I'm doing it that way. Okay. Yes. And then it works. All right. That's I don't know why Studio is so I'm going to add it again. You are going to see the salesperson field being filled in, and see in the chat. Adding here works. So now we need to make that visible on the portal. I will see if it's possible because now I'm thinking only about the portal part, and I don't know if that's something that is easy. But let's try. So apparently, small glitch with Studio. I'm going to report that, because I don't think I've been doing crazy stuff there. What else do we have? Yes, the portal side now. Let's have a look at the portal from this side, and maybe I should do it from a real portal user, so that we are going to have also the notion of access rights that are really at play. Because if I do it with my user, I will be the admin using the portal. It's not the same as a real portal user. So you know me, I'm doing this now using my Henry guy that has usually on most of my databases, he has a portal access over there. Let's see if we have. Yes, he has. Okay, so Henry should be able to change his information. He has a point of contact. I'm going to remove that there, and let's see if we can make it work. Yeah, you still see it here. It could be because we sometimes, at least on Odoo, that's what we do. We have a default one, and on the company, do we have one? I'm going to remove it as well if we have. Let's do that. No, we don't have anything. Good. So I will see if we can have something somewhere, either here, but that view is really a nightmare to change. So I'm going to check if I cannot add a button that would be quicker here next to edit information. That would allow me to click on that action. And I don't know if that would work because you need to be on the partner to make this work. So maybe I would need to really be inside my account. I don't know if that part can work. That's going to be way more complicated than I thought. Let's have a look. We have the My Account place. This view is usually, I think it's My Details, something like this. Yes. Account, portal, My Details. That's where we have electronic format, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you see electronic format, receive invoices, blah, blah, blah. This thing, I think, are the receive invoice electronic format. So that is where we are. I can try to add a button there just to see. I would put here name, or is it string that we have usually? Just to see how it behaves. Test 1. Do we have a new button here? Yes, we have a test button, but nothing is being done because in fact when we click on the button, it expects to receive some things that are sent to Odoo. So my issue is the following when you do that. This view is super complicated because we make lots of checks behind, like on the email address, on the VAT. We check the fact that some fields are mandatory or not, the format that they have, a few things like that. And I think that adding a new button here, apparently it submits the form. Yeah, because that is the information that we receive from the error from Odoo. And I don't think I would be able to force a button, a queue up view that would execute my server action. And I don't think we have an example of that, of a server action. And that would be very, very complicated to check because it would be a queue up view. A queue up view that contains a button, but that we have thousands of them. Yeah, 200, where inside we would call a type action, but I don't think we have that already. Oops. So let's retry type action. And if we don't, we have a few, okay, but onboarding, payment, but that's QWeb, but that's maybe inside, it's not on the website. Where do we have a button here? Or type action? And then okay, it brings directly to a URL, so it's not going to be the same. Type action, nope. I don't think it would be that easy without making an extra development. On the SaaS, I think that wouldn't work. Button type button. Action here. What else do we have here that we can use? Because that I was telling you, this one is complicated. We could create a form, but on the form it expects us to do something directly. In fact, my issue relies on the triggering of an action. It's clicking a button so that it does something. Potentially, we would have a new button that calls a webhook. Would that work? I never tried it enough because this one, in order to work, we need to call the contact model and have the record that we pass on in terms of information. And I don't think I can find a place other than my account. So here, where we are on the current partner that we are. If we go, another example that I could use is going on the orders and add a button somewhere that would do something on my user. Would we have, because here it's every time links and not actions, exception made of this one, but I guess it will open another link. Yeah, okay. This one is the print, so it goes to the report. Yeah, okay. That is it. So it's not going to help a lot. And I don't think I would be able to trigger something not calling a URL. And calling a URL would be done through a different type of action that would be making something available on the website and having a website path. I'm going to try very quickly something. I don't know if I can pass some extra information. Yeah, it's here. If I can pass some extra information, like a variable in the path. Let's try, but the current record won't be my user, so I would need to find something different. I'm going to comment this one. Oh no, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to remove that from here, create a new one from website, add salesperson. It looked simple, but it is not. At least not on the SaaS. Doing a controller would be quite easy on Odoo SH, but you cannot really create a controller. You cannot create a controller on the SaaS, but maybe we can play a bit with actions would be available through the website to make it look like a controller. And here we can eventually do the following. If user.id, user.partner ID, then user.partner ID right, and then we do the same user ID. So I'm going to write the same information. The only thing is that I'm capturing the user information of the person that is clicking on the button, and that button needs to direct to that URL. We are going to see if this works. It's a pure text test. I don't know if that would work. So I'm going to here maybe not use a button, but we are going to use a something and use href that. It could be just website action. I don't need that part, and we'll see if Henry doesn't have a salesperson, and I'm connected. I think that's the guy that is connected at the moment. We can check this by it is a person that is using not here Henry, but this one is the one that is connected over there. Let's go back to my place. And again, edit information. And then at least, good thing, it is working, but I'm not authorized. So here it's saying you are not authorized to modify your record. You need to be one of those to have one of those address information. So good thing is that I could trigger a change thanks to that thing. So this is the cheap controller side on the SaaS. What I could do is maybe that. I don't know if it would allow me to. And no, even sudoing. I'm not sure we can do that. I'm not sure I'm writing properly sudo it's at the right place. That is something I never do use. So let's see if it's at the right place. Is it sudo written like that? Yes, sudo search or write. Yeah, that would be it. We would be on a record and we would sudo, but even there we have some extra apparently check, because here even sudoing it's not working. I'm retrying again. Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can change the access right of my portal user, which I don't like too much, by the way, to see if I can avoid going for sudo. So this shouldn't change too much. Let's go back on my user, my portal user. Access right, you must have something on the contact. I'm going to say you can write. It's a danger zone, so you need to know what you're doing here. And here it says okay. I should, of course, then display a message saying okay that this worked, because then going here, I suppose that if I refresh, yes, and we see that it was done by Henry. So that is working. The only thing is you need to define access right at work with what you want to accomplish, and it's a danger, so at least add record rules to say you can only change your stuff. And again, I'm not completely at ease with that. Second thing that you need to do is here design your function or what you do according to what you have here. Would be interesting to know if you can hide, you can use in a website path variables, because at the moment here we have the user variable. I took something that was simple. It's the user I'm connected with, so that we know. But maybe I want to pass information from the website. And the button I'm in, and so maybe you'd like to have some things like parameters that you give in get, and so it's website path. There you maybe would need to have a look at if it's possible to generate things. How could we test that with a payload or something like this, because we have send webhook, but we don't have a reception of it. Let me check that. Send webhook, sample payload. No, that's for sending it. Maybe you could use some send and reception. That would be maybe better. But here I don't think that we could be using something like this. Yeah, because we don't even have the record at the moment where we do it. No, I don't think we could do something more complicated than this for that kind of use case. Solution for you is usually, when you want to dive into things that are a bit more complicated than this, would be the following. You go on any module. I'm going to try to find one that is a bit easy, because the e-commerce ones are maybe complicated, but the way Odoo interacts on the website and the controllers is that you have not in sale, in fact, website sale. You have controller items, controller folder here, that are going to define what happens when you click on a button that leads you to a specific place. Like here, if you go to, let's find one, route, shop product template. I'm looking for one that would be easy. To cart load. Yeah, that is everything it is for the user shop address. Okay, this one. That is going to explain how you change your addresses. It's not going to explain. It's more like when you arrive at /shop/address, what should Odoo compute and perform before it returns the next template with the values that you should put inside the template. So what you're asking for in your question is, okay, can I have something like this where I have a button, we send information to Odoo, and then it changes the look and feel of the page, or it loads a new page, and that is usually how you do it. On the SaaS, so the method I was using before, you are very limited and you cannot use those kind of things. You could use, because if you think about strictly this one, it's what I did. I just use /test, and I'm performing something, and I'm sending a result. I could have sent a result that was like this, sending back another page with extra information inside. So that would work, but the thing that is missing is potentially information that are a bit more than just user-centric information. So I would need to know your use case, but what I tried to do is emulating that kind of behavior on through server actions that are callable, but depending on the complexity, maybe you will be blocked and you will need to create a real development like that. Another question from Alina. Morning, or always enthusiast Odooer. Thanks. Is there a way to insert the corresponding quotation and its total amount into a document template that will be sent for clients using the Sign app? The intended workflow is for the user to select the relevant quotation details specific to their client directly with the document within the documentation from the SO. This can be achieved using Odoo Studio fields, or is it quite complex? More than Odoo Studio field, I think first. Reaction that I have when I'm saying this is, do we really need the Sign app? Because most of the time, if you need something like that achieve the same result, it would be use the quotation templates. Here I'm going to add it because I don't think I have it. Yeah, use the quotation template. I may need to go for this one on Runbot, because it's easier to demo because they are already preloaded PDFs stuff. But if I go in the quotation templates, you see that you have where is it? You have header and a PDF that you can load. It's not here. Maybe I'm missing one part in the quotation templates. Header and footers here. You can add a new one. You upload a PDF. Not this. Do I have some documents I could reuse? Yeah, it's a stupid invoice, let's say. Now you have something, and you can say, okay, it will be part of my header, and have the signature of your of your sale order to be including the header or footer information. Like if you want to add sales conditions to a sale order now, it's easier than before because you can add footers that would include those general sales condition. Maybe I can find something like general sales condition PDF. Yeah, would we have something like this? Very good. Let's add that in my downloads. Okay, let's create a new one. Footer, upload the file. There we are. And using this in the quote, if that's the goal of your demand, you could do this and say in the quote builder you add the footer, and having the person signing the document will contain, if I print this one, it has the general terms and condition there. So that is maybe simpler. And if you say, yeah, but I have several general conditions of sales, that is okay. You can select them here in the footer. You will have several PDFs. You select the one that you want to include, and we're good. That is easier than using the eSign application, because there I don't know that. Maybe I have to. It would take me, I think, a bit more time to find a good solution. It's already installed, in fact, yeah. Because what you need is the generation of a PDF where people would have a new signature field, and I don't know if it's easy to add new signature field at a specific place on a template programmatically on the SaaS. It is doable, that is sure. It just requires a certain amount of development, but I want to know if it's possible on the SaaS that I could demonstrate today. So what you would have is adding the quote and the total amount in a document template that will be sent. Okay, so let's recreate this. I'm doing the opposite. I have this, and you would like to automatically have the amount inside. Can we have quotation? It's total amount, but you need the PDF. Okay, so I need already to find a way to generate, to mimic the upload of that PDF with the PDF of your sale order. And that's, I don't know if that is super easy, because I need to create a new document here with the PDF that is coming from the sale order. Is it easy to create a new document here? I don't know, outside of uploading a PDF, I mean, because I don't know if Odoo accepts. That would be way out of my league, I think. I don't know how Odoo would accept the data information that I would send him to create a new document like this. I wonder if I can try a few things, but it's going to take a while. A very quick check. Sale order. I'm going to execute something, and I want to create a new template. So I need to create a new template there, and that is, it's a sign request. So I need to create a new sign request, but what I need to send in that sign request would be what? Because I don't know exactly what are the fields that are expected in a sign request. So we could go here. Not there. We could go there and see the fields that are necessary. Required template. Okay, we need to give it a template, but I suppose that a template is created at the same time, because when we go here on the sign, we upload that PDF, but we create the template at the same time. Yes, that is it. So I need to create a template first, then create the request at the same time, send it to the client. And my first thing would be how to create the template first. So it would be a sign template. Okay, so it's not even a sign request. Sign request would come second, but it would be a sign template. And you would give it, I suppose, a template, you need to give it a PDF. Let's go back to document. Let's go back to template. There we go for the fields. what is required here? Just the name, okay, but we need to have, I suppose, binary information. Field type, not even. So what else do we have? So no. Signed document. I wonder how the format of this is done, because I don't know here. It looks like we have a PDF. Okay. Signature request, no. Signature items, no. Document here. Now we need to have a look at the signed document. Is it what we create in the end? No, signed request. That is difficult. In menu, I'm going to add the document model thing. Sign document. We'll see what it is. Because so far I'm failing to see how I could even create everything you need. So if my first solution works, that's better, because then it's going to be complicated. Okay, that is one template is here, and the attachment is there. Okay, so we need to create a document that will link to a template, and then we'll create the sign request. Okay, and that is the attachment. It's going to take me a while to do that, maybe 1 or 2 hours, something like this. But I think it's maybe possible on the SaaS. I'm giving you a few information of how this could happen, or if I had the time, that's where I would go. If my first solution is not working, to me it is, but I have to check if, because it's not exactly the solution you want, but it's a solution that works potentially for what you want to do. If it's really where you want to go, say, I want to create document, don't question what I'm asking you. In order to create that document, that model is a signature request, you need to have a template. In order to have a template, you need to have, we saw it, that document. So first, here, you would need to create a signed document, giving him the binary field that is the content of the PDF that is printed by your sale order. That is it. It's attachment ID. By the way, that could maybe be simplified by saying that every time you have a specific PDF attachment coming from a sale order, you automatically create that document in the sign document. That would work. That's a very good example. Do we have a lot of questions, Arthur? We have a few, okay. I'm continuing my train of thought, but I won't be able to do it. I was asking Arthur because otherwise, if you really have 1 hour, I'm okay to spend 1 hour on this one, but that would be potentially a dead end, but I think it's possible. Continuing my explanation. You have your PDF that is here. That PDF is an attachment. The attachment, you have them in Odoo in a place, that is when you are in debug mode, attachments. There you have them. And so you could say, every time that I'm printing a SO, and that we have a PDF of a sale order here, create also that kind of thing that I decided to show there, that Odoo doesn't show usually, because you don't have to go through that configuration item. We simplify things so that you go in the sign application, you say upload a PDF. But what Odoo does behind your back, it doesn't generate only the sign request, it creates the template and the attachment that is linked to the template. When you develop it, you need to think backward. So we need to create the attachment first. Odoo can do it for you. You need to create the signed document that is the link between the attachment and the template. You create a template, and then you will send the sign request. In order for this to work, you need also, at the moment of the generation of the template, to say the fields that you have inside. That is where you go, you edit. The fields that you have inside, like here or there, those kind of fields, you need to put them and complete them automatically, and that is maybe a part that is also complicated at the end. Signature, you are going to ask them to sign. Yes, because that will be empty, but you would like to have the quote amount, and this can we have in terms of field types, autofill. If it's contact name, do we have field types that could be something different? Specific model linked, that would be a sale order. Okay, and autofilled field that you could do eventually and check the information of your fields. If you say amount, we would say the total, and that could be something that you are going to use in the end. Selecting these field types, put them always at the same place on the template, and that would be it. That is complicated. I know I'm not giving all the code, but that's the direction I would go to test this. I'm not sure of the results. If you ask me, I think it would work. But in order to be sure, I will need to see all the moments where you need to think more when creating this kind of action to make it work. Short story, use my first method if it's working, because then it's already standard. Otherwise, it's development, doable on the SaaS, but complicated. Moving to the next question, guys. There are a few days where the questions are super easy. Today is not one of those days, but it's good. Johan Wolmarans is asking, in loyalty rewards, how to set up that the client can claim his rewards to an e-wallet instead of a product, then to use that to buy anything they want. We had questions in the past about loyalty. Do I have loyalty here? No. Let's install. And loyalty, the issue is that the names that we use, so difference between a wallet, a gift card, a coupon, the way Odoo works around that is always a bit different. So it's not super easy to configure, I would say. Because I installed the loyalty, but I don't know if I installed the sale loyalty. Yes, I did. Okay, that is it. Client can claim his reward to an e-wallet instead of a product. And so, where would be that wallet, by the way? Gift card e-wallet. New e-wallet. E-wallet products. Okay. Then okay, so it's something I never used, so I'm trying to see quickly how this could work. We have it on the point of sale, blah blah, discounted product. Discount product, okay, that's the thing that is going to appear. Point discount on your order. Okay, so if I generate an e-wallet, it would be for one customer in particular. And so but I have the feeling that that is already doable, but I suppose that if you ask this, it would be on the website. Because it looks like it is the demand. Let me check here. If I'm going in the shop, I don't have any product with Henry. I'm going to, it's not a good one, to add a few products in the web shop. Okay, raw material, good. I'm going to publish it. Okay, so now I should have that raw material. E-wallet created manually automatically when the customer orders our e-wallet product. Okay, but then the thing is, I need to have e-wallet products, but you don't really want to have this raw material, that would be a e-wallet product, right? I'm going to test that just to check. Okay, and is it that here, it's a bit small there, is it that here you would like to use a code, like for a customer? I'm going to generate it for Henry. I'm not sure that if what you want to create is, say, and we have different product here, I guess. Say you want to have one of these that you can use. Yes. Is it what you want to use here, or you want to generate this one? From your question, it looks like yes, because here it's if I answer your question correctly, in loyalty rewards, how to set up that the client can claim these rewards on any wallet instead of a product, then to use that to buy anything they want. You have your e-wallet thing here with the code. I generated it from here through the configuration that you want with different types of rewards, different types of product that you will accept. And that is something that you will get from the gift card discount here, but I don't know if that is exactly what you need, or if you are interested in the automatic generation of new e-wallets. Your question is more like related to the use of it. And to me, the client indeed can claim his reward to the wallet here and to buy anything they want. That we can check if I can add another product to the list. Let's say keyboard, inventory, blah blah. Let's say 20 euro. We are going to display it on the website. Okay, so then it's not part of the e-wallet products. And if I go here, go in the shop, I should see the keyboard now. Can I add it? Yes. I will go back. I will remove the other one. And I will see if I can use this one. And yeah, in fact, you can use it on any product, so that's work. So that's how I would do it, but I'm not sure that's exactly what you wanted. It looks like it matches your definition, but I don't know if that's what you want, because this is usually the place everybody knows to have the gift card, the discount code, or things like that. So I wonder if Johan, if you have something more to say than this, don't hesitate to continue the discussion on the live, and I will see if I have the time to go back to your extra comment if that is not it. John is asking, how can employees who are not internal users view their payslip as portal users? Not as portal users. What you can do is send it by email with the PDF, because you, in order to have a portal for employees, you need to have views that are payslip or at least payroll related views. Payroll is in enterprise version of Odoo. So one way you can quickly check that is go there. You can go do it in the code or do it from the apps. But if we go and see payroll, let's see what is linked to payroll. We have document HR payroll account, but do we have something like payroll portal? We have lots of things for Belgium. Doesn't look like we have portal stuff at the moment. So we have a lot of specific payroll for different countries. So that's the localization of payroll. So I'm going to skip that. Then we have project HR payroll. We have spreadsheet and some tests. So it doesn't look like we have something like portal associated to payroll. But we can have a look now in Odoo just to see if what we see inside Odoo matches that. I will install the payroll for Belgium, for example. Yes, and we'll see what it says once it's installed. And if we have portal places where we could see those kind of things, I'm going to generate a cool. Is it because of my extra server actions? Nope. Okay, I'm going to do it from a demo environment. It will help me for at least one reason. It's always something I say because we have a lot of questions about payroll on this live. It is when you need to demo something quickly on payroll or on appointments, go there. You'll have plenty of data to test right away. So usually we need still to install the payroll. Same. Let's see that. It's loading a bit. And what check we can perform there? It's usually on the My Account page. If you remember with Henry, when we were, where is this place? When we were here, usually you go on My Account. You would see other pages that inherit that My Home place, because that's where I would go and I would have to click somewhere to at least access my documents, and I don't think we have something like that. I'm almost sure, but I like to check and show how to check it if you have those kind of questions later. Okay, so remember we were discussing about that portal view. We can go there, and in My Details we have Portal My Details. That's the one of the views we have, and that thing, and it's maybe not the right view. In fact, My Details is what we have here. I'm wrong. That is the place, and what we need to do is go one step before, and so it's My Home. But I can check if we have, you see, follow, download, or pay your invoice. I'm going to look for that. Follow, download. That is it. So we have this one. I'm going there because I want to see the view that contains this one. So I go to its parent view, My Portal view, and from there, do we have views that are related to payroll? Because there, if we had buttons that link to payroll, it would be listed here. And I see that nothing in the external ID makes me believe there's nothing that starts with payroll. We have something that is Portal My Documents. So solution would be having documents that are linked to you and for which you would have you would show them here. So let's put a document for Henry. Let's try this. I don't know if I can create quickly sign. Do we have a quick document I can reuse? Import command customer blah blah blah. I'm interested in taking something like this and change the owner. Can we change the owner to, nope, not to someone that would be, I'm going to check this one. Of course, I'm not with Henry anymore. I need to go on the other demo environment. And I'm not sure I will access the exact same as this one, so that is something I maybe have to check with Mitchell admin. Issue with testing a demo environment when you talk about the portal is that Odoo is going to redirect you to different demo environments, so it's not always easy to test. If I go, no, not apps, to My Account, here do I see My Documents? Yes, access all your documents, but it brings me back. There, I would need to test that with someone that is having documents. But here I'm on demo 3, so that's not working. Because then I would need to change the access rights to someone that would see the documents. But in the, yeah, but I see the link at the bottom, Documents Portal. So there should be a portal view for the documents once you click on it. And I don't think that that particular, let's go back there. I don't think that particular document view over there is related to internal user. We can check that because it's access all your documents. I'm going to check if this seems to be linked to only the internal users. So let's go there, and again on the views, access all your documents. It is there. Is it hidden behind a group? No, it doesn't look like it is. So it would be even good for the random guy that has a portal user. And you will be able to download it. So the thing that you need to have is link documents, payroll ones, to the person that is the portal user, and that from the payroll. So let's imagine we have a few pay slips. Do we have some pay slips? Pay slips here. I think Mark Demo is a. No, Mark Demo is maybe not a portal user. But if you create a payslip and you have a printed document, that printed document, if you put it as a document directly inside Odoo, and maybe Odoo does by default, you will have it in documents over there. So I'm going to make upload payroll Mitchell. There you would have it. So what you need to generate is a payslip linked to someone, so that they see it from their documents place. And of course, you need to manage the security of this, so that only owners can see their own payslip, or managers or HR people can see payslip of other people. But coming back on your initial question, you don't have a specific payroll place, but Odoo is going to use the documents here to access documents that are generated by the payroll. You need to take care that the access rights are correct. And if you want to rename that in documents / payslip, because you only have payslips in those kind of documents, that is possible as well. But that maybe requires a bit of changing of the view. Just checking if we can automatically generate that PDF there. I think that you need, here you see action print payslip. When you print it, I don't think that Odoo does anything else than printing it, so I don't think it saves it. We can check. No, we have it here. So you can play a bit with that, so that you have also an action that automatically would generate the document that goes with it. But I think that this one is there because I created the document. It's the other way around. I will remove the document, and we'll see. Not share. Not download. Sorry. Move to trash. Yeah, but if I move to trash, it's going to keep it a bit. Okay, move to trash, and then in trash, let's select. And then delete. Delete permanently. Okay, and then do we have, again, if I go in the attachments, no, we don't have it anymore, so I'm going to regenerate it. Print. Okay, and then I don't think that the print generated anything. Nope. So you need to take care that here you generate the attachment and you link it directly in the document. I will quickly check if that's something that can be configured, but I don't think it does. If it were, it would be in the template that we use. No. A PDF template. No. That's for the contract. It's not for the payslip. Do we have a place where we'd have no structures, payslip that we generate, payslip name, no, hide basic on PDF, no. I don't think that it can be done without a bit of extra development. So the fact that when you click on that print button, it generates the attachment and you link it to the right person in the document structure. But avoid creating something that would be a new portal place, because the information is way easier to access if you reuse the document portal thing that already exists in Odoo. So Johan mentioned, coming back to the question about the wallet, how to set up that the client can claim his rewards to an e-wallet instead of a project, then to use that to buy anything they want. You get loyalty reward that is rewarded as you buy. Then after a time you have 1,000 points again, equals 1,000 in currency. Now you want to claim and use it. Odoo gives the option for a free product. My customer want to buy other things, so want them to claim the rewards to e-wallet, then purchase without me doing the process manually. Yes, but I have the feeling that it is working already the same that way. So if I go back with uh, my guy here, not Michel, but Henry, I have my wallet that was there, and with that wallet that was that I could fill in automatically, I could get in my shop and select a few things here, and from the cart, if I remove my keyboard that is taking all the money, you see my wallet is already selecting. Well, it's here. It's the amount and then the amount with the taxes. That's why you have here 8 plus the tax, and that is because I can remove it as well. You see, I have it and I can select part of that wallet, whatever the product I'm using, and in fact the wallet here was indeed one euro per point, and so you can have this as 1 point equals 1 currency, as you said, and that will work. And here the client can claim the reward from an e-wallet, not to an e-wallet, because to an e-wallet that is done at another moment. So you are going to fill in the wallet. But if your question is how can I pour amount in the wallet, then that's different. But here the use is correct. You have the wallet that you can select and you can buy any product with it. Sebastian T is asking, I'm testing the excise tax on Odoo 18.4, but the amount of the excise are not calculated on the inventory tax report. Could you explain me? And then maybe you are using the brewery thing. I can try to go on odoo.com and go in the industries because I'm going to a place that I know we have excises by default. I'm going to browse them all because in the brewery thing we have it. Microbrewery, good, continue. Brew 184, so that we're good. Load demo data, testing features. Let's start. It's going to take a bit of time because there are a few applications that are behind the microbrewery thing, because we have the web shop, we have the sale application, we have, I think, purchase as well, accounting. So that may take something like 1 minute. I remember demonstrating a few things about the microbrewery, but I don't know if it was on 18.4, and you mentioned explicitly 18.4, so I don't know if there was a change between 18.2 or 18.3 that I demonstrated and the new version. Checking quickly if that works here, going to the accounting, if we have something new. Taxes, yeah, we have so I guess that's it, X for excises, and then yeah, you have the excise amount here. So it's the formula that you're going to use, and that is it's on the product. So if you have an excise amount on the product, Odoo is going to compute it as an extra formula that you will have. So we can try, we'll find a product that has here an excise amount. That we can use a filter just to see. Excise amount is set. Okay, so I'm going to use that blonde beer box here and see what it says when I'm trying to sell it. Quotation. Maybe it's something that, oh, it's a customer. Okay. Blonde beer, okay, and then you have it here, the excise amount is there, so you see it over here, and you tell me, okay, and then let's continue. So that's good. I will continue, I will send, not send, we don't care, confirm and create the invoice so that we have the amount, and we see here excise, confirm. The tax report that you need to send to your authorities. Here, I think what you mean is, so if I go in the accounting, is I don't see my reporting my yeah, I need to not have only invoicing, I need to have the full accounting. What you are going to tell me is, yeah, but I don't see it on the tax report. I don't know if it's something that should be shown on the tax report or if it's another side report that you need to give in terms of excises. So depending on the country, maybe answers may be different. In Belgium, I really don't know. I've never been in such a business, but if we have tax report here and we don't have the excise, yeah, you see here, I don't have that. And in fact, one thing that can guide you into understanding that excise shouldn't be directly shown in the tax report is the following. You go in the accounting on the taxes, and if I go on the excises here, we see that it's not aiming at a specific tax grid. So, and tax grid is usually how the Belgian report would work. So if it's not aiming at a tax grid, it's not there that you are going to configure it for your tax return. It's another report that you can get, or simply something that you can get from aggregating the amount that you have in the accounting. So if I go in the journal entries or journal items, I need to check. Yeah, here I don't have the accounting at this moment, so journal entries now. Yeah, it would be more like journal items, I guess, because there you would see the ones that are linked to your do we have the tax somewhere? Taxes. Yes, is it this one? Yeah, the one that has the label of the tax. It's not great because you see here you have that excise, but so it would be selecting all those lines that have that specific amount, and that would give you the amount of excise, but I don't think it is part of your VAT report. That I would be interested in knowing in which country you are, but I would need to perform a search in French to make that work. I don't know if we need to. I'm checking where we have the information that we need to send. So I know it's in French, but I'm trying to find if we have. It's in France. Okay, in France. Sébastien, tell me if you have a document from the gouv.fr website or something like this that shows where it should be reported. To me, in Belgium, I had discussions like that, but years ago with former client of Odoo, that were telling me it's a document I need to have, so the Odoo can generate it, but it's not the tax report. So it's another layer that you can add. It doesn't go in a tax grid. So yes, maybe yeah, here it's Luxembourg. So so it's related to customs, but not VAT. Document, yeah, yeah, but that's the. Yeah, doesn't look like it's related to the VAT report. So that is why try to find the document that you need to report with. I wouldn't be surprised that it's not the VAT report. That's the close thing. If you need to report and you say, okay, but I need the numbers you can find them right here. With all the excise that you have, you find the right specific journal item. I don't think that we have an excise report that is given with this. The tax should be shown in the inventory. In the inventory module? No, because the inventory doesn't have the tax report. Inventory is going to show the current inventory that you have. The excise is not a physical product. You are going to see the beers. Maybe you want to say you need to know how much product you have and so how much excise you have inside Odoo. If that's your point, since you use inventory and accounting in Odoo, you would have here the plus and minuses, so debits and credits, with the same information. So that is also something that you can play with. but it wouldn't be in the inventory module that you would see that, because there, here, if you go, you have it here, but not per stock. But here you have the also the volume and the amount. So that is not in the VAT. But okay. So when you talk about tax report, I don't know if you coming back to what you say now. I don't know if you talk about this one or if you talk about this one, because this one is the tax report, but here is the inventory exercise report. Is linked to the depot. So to the warehouse, you mean when you say depot, or when you say depot, you mean something else? Just a comment further on this one. I'm already checking the next question we have, because I know that having a conversation while we have a bit of delay and I'm the one talking and you need to write, it's a bit longer. Thorsten is saying, does the membership functionality also applies to purchasing? So if I have contracts with suppliers, I'm interested in contract management, leasing mobile communication software. No, because the way I was showing it, the subscription module works. Okay, the subscription module works as a sale module, not as a purchase module. But so coming back to this, you say per warehouse, but don't you have the information per warehouse somewhere? Custom group here, don't you have that? Yes, per warehouse. So you would see where it's located. That is okay as well. You see the tax is linked to the warehouse, so you have it also here, grouped by warehouse. So tell me if that works better. But we agree then that it's not related to the tax report that we have here. It's more like information that you need in the inventory side. Going to the question of Abir a bit below, before we come back with your answer. Abir is asking how to create a web form for employees to update their own personal data if they have an internal and portal user. Can I do it other way than without JavaScript? How to integrate Odoo with crypto networks? Okay, it's several questions at the same time. Web form for employees to update their own personal data. You have the different answers for this. If you need web form for employees, like this one, so that they put their information, then you need them to have a user access to Odoo. It's not an employee, it's a user then. They need to update their information. If you say, I'm going to go further on this domain and say, how if I want to have my employees taking their time off from the portal? But then and create a web form for that. But then you export things that we have internal to Odoo to the portal to avoid paying users, and that is not something that we allow. So if that's the goal, stop, because we don't allow that. If they have an internal user, they go in the backend and they change the information in the backend. They go here and you add a specific rule saying what they can change as employees and what they cannot, because sometimes you don't want them to change crucial information that would be reserved to the payroll people. So if you want to do that from the front end, then you need to create, it's a bit the same question that the one we had before, you need to create controllers so that when you go on the web form here, you go in my account, they would see something like my information, and they don't only have access to people information but also employee information, but you need to create these new controllers yourself. So controller and view, so that you create that view and the loading of the fields you want them to fill in and the control that you want to have on these fields after. But that is again the same discussion we had on the controllers when I was explaining the shop/address. That is development. How to integrate Odoo with crypto networks? The question is vague because I don't know what you expect from crypto networks, but I think that you have a few places in Odoo and a few providers, payment providers, that accept crypto payments. So have a look at the ones that we have here. If it's about payment with crypto money, you may have a few of them that accept some crypto money, and that's the only integration that we have, unless you tell me something else about crypto networks that you want to integrate with. But chances are very, very high that my answer will be you need to develop an API calls with those crypto networks because we don't have something existing in standard with Odoo. So that will be a bit of extra steps. And your questions that you have here include development for lots of them. Nicolas is asking, let's imagine 2 stores that print product label on a Zebra printer in each store. There's an IoT box in each store. How can we ensure that each store can print the labels? At the moment, we have to select the printer first, which causes it to stop working in the other store. Ah, yes, okay. But you use the same POS? Or you don't, or it's not about the POS, it's in the inventory. You have to select the printer first. I don't know what kind of setup you can have here. Let me check a quick thing. So I'm going on a product. If I want to print something like here, print labels, I'm going to select AZPL. Yeah, and here, once you have an IoT box, it won't be printing it, but you send it directly to the IoT box. And you don't decide it. Let me check. And then you have the template. Price is not going to change. I need to check what it does here. Okay. That's going to be not easy either. Okay, let's retry the printing. ZPL. Okay. There. Okay, it's process on what? Product label layout. I don't know how that is going to perform. Product label layout. Will that be the one? Do we have a process thing? Not there. But is it inheriting? Yeah, product label layout. It's not the one that we want. Up. Yeah, that must be the one. Okay. Close report on download. Okay, report action. That's going to be a bit long also. We check the XML ID. Okay, what do we have in terms of action there? So which one I used? It was product label here on product. Okay. I don't know if you have a way to send it to a different report printer based on the, so what you would need is not based on the user but based on the location you are in, so that it selects the right one. Where do you select? I need some information from you, Nicolas. Where do you select the printer at the moment when you do that? You because without the setup here, I'm not sure of the screens you go through. Is it that when you are in the products here, you select so a product, you print the label, and then you get to select the printer at some place? Here, I will need to know that, but even there, it could be that we have something where we need to find the right printer in direct printing based on the user that is printing it or based on the place you are located. And that I don't know if it can. I don't think it can be done without development. But usually for that ZPL, you go through an IoT box. And when you are connected to your browser, you are only through one IoT box, and that is why you know how to send the ZPL to the IoT box, and that printer, there's only one printer linked to that IoT box. So that's why I failed to see the setup that you have. Can you tell me exactly how you connect to the? Yeah, you have an IoT box in each store. Okay. That is a place. We had a. It's not POS related, but IoT. It's very often some help that I get from my colleagues, because I don't work a lot with hardware. But what you would have on your side is that we would have different IoT box that are connected. Well, two IoT boxes connected to a different ZPL printer. So I don't see why it would disconnect it from the other one. I don't know. Without the setup, I cannot check that. And that is bothering me. I'm trying to find why it wouldn't work. I don't know if it would be a bug, but without the setup, I'm afraid I cannot help for this one. Nicolas, try to see with our support if they didn't meet that issue already, because I have the problem that you shouldn't face that, knowing that if you have two IoT boxes and you connect correctly to the IoT box, you shouldn't have that issue. Thiru is asking how to customize the financial report BST, profit and loss report, by project analytic account. Is it possible to set up two levels of approval matrix on purchase order without studio help? So two questions. Report BST. BST is from India, correct? I'm not sure about that. BST report. I have the feeling that it is this BST. TSB, yeah, but that is TSB. I need to know if that is it. I have the feeling that it's from India. No. So tell me, because otherwise BS would be for balance sheet, but I'm not sure that is it. I'm going to check if I can. I will install the Indian reporting. I don't know why. I have really the feeling that it's related to this. No, I'm with GST, not BST. That's maybe why I'm thinking about that. But yes, I guess that's why I'm locked on GST, not BST. But I'm installing it anyway. Tell me if it's. Or if it's a typo on your side and what you wanted is the BS, so the balance sheet. And yeah, profit and loss, I suppose that is it. Okay, I'm going to show that. So going back here, I'm not going to change, I'm still with my Belgian company. But I don't know if I have the analytic accounting that is installed. Analytic accounting, yes, it is there. So discard. Okay. You have the plans and the distribution models. So what you're asking is by project. Okay. Do I have project installed here? I will create a new project. Okay, and project 2. If I remember well, here we have, but that may be changed as well. Settings here. We have folder analytics here. We can create project 1 in the analytics in the plans project. That's it. And here project 2 in the analytics. Whoops. Again. Right. That is what we have. Okay, in the same plan. So at the moment we have that plan, and what you want to know is if that can be reused in the reports in the accounting. Okay, going here in terms of balance sheet. In the analytics, you can ask for some plans only, but profit and loss report by project and analytic account. So here you have per analytic account, but yes, if I select 2, you will see it here in terms of columns, but I think that if you add the plans, yes, you would see it as extra columns and not as a matrix. So that's maybe what you are asking, but otherwise the information you have in there. Once you add new plans, you can select them so that your reports will take into account the entries that are linked to these plans or not. That works with the balance sheets. Let's check for the profit and loss as well. Yes, you have the same kind of options. So I guess that's what you want. And is it possible to set up two-level approval matrix on purchase order without Studio help? No. Or you need to develop a bit. Or if you do it without Studio, you need to create new fields anyway. But no, you would have to use that and use the Studio approval. In fact, what Studio approval does is that it's playing with Studio approval items, approval rules, and approval records to know who approved what. But otherwise, another possibility, but you still need Studio. It's creating new checkboxes available only to some people, and you log who's saving a change on a sale order or a purchase order when the checkbox has been checked. So giving you an example, if you didn't have the Studio approval, but your thing is not about Studio approval, it's about Studio. And so without Studio, the answer is no. But if it's Studio approval that is bothering you, you could have here something like a checkbox saying managerial approval that you would say is only visible to some specific group. And you say only sales admin can see it. I'm on the purchase side, but it doesn't matter. You get my point. And we say, okay, in addition to this, when you save a PO that is without managerial approval, or let's say when somebody is going to save the managerial approval, you need to have an automated action like automation rule that would say, here auto log approval on the purchase order. And you would say here, when you go from saving, so create and edit, when you have something where the manager approval is not set, and you go to manager approval is set, what you do have from here, you add an action, and you would say, okay, add a message, and you could do something here. Either you log it and it's hidden somewhere, or you say something like, I think it's record message. Oh, record. It's message post, something like this. I need to check that. We'll see if there's an error. I have the feeling that it's message post, but I'm not sure. Let's try it. So this one, I have an error. So it's telling me, yeah, one positional argument, but two were given. I suppose that it's maybe not, it's maybe underscore message post. I would need to check that, not in enterprise, it's a Odoo regular feature. Do we have this mail, message post, and notification, blah blah. It's maybe with underscore, I'm not sure, but I have the feeling it's maybe this. Message value, okay. The simplest way would be to first go here, not look for that. Let's go back. Here it's in the mail module. I'm always forgetting the name of that method, so it should be in the email thread or where is that mail thread? Okay. There's no message. If I do this, there's lots of Message route, no. Message process. It's maybe not here. Message parse. Message post, yes. And I need to give somebody information, maybe. I think that's it. Maybe I will need some extra information after. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, test messages here. So you could have something like this so that you can track who did what. Same like a managerial approval. So you would say that person manager consent given. And it's only at the moment where you click that button, and as it's only visible for the manager, that would work. But that is escaping studio approval, but not studio itself. So that's the kind of thing that you can do, or if you don't like the way of managing approval with the buttons here, that's the kind of extra step that you can have, but simpler is to use Studio. I guess we had a lot of questions today, and it's already time to wrap up. A few difficult ones, I must say. I'm particularly interested about the one for the sign request, because I think in terms of curiosity, it's good to explore those kind of things, but it takes a while. Would be curious about the result on the exercise that we had above from Sébastien, because I don't know then if you still have what you need, but you can comment below in the video, and I will try to see if I have more time to answer that. Thanks a lot for being with me. Next week we discuss, and that's maybe the time where you could be talking about the exercise. We discuss with Winand about accounting and electronic invoicing. So if you have questions about electronic invoicing, prepare them. If you don't, general accounting question or invoicing question are good as well, because Winand knows about that stuff. So that would be a good place to ask. Yeah, and we see each other next week. And voila, that's it. Enjoy the end of the week, and see you next week.